From Air Force One to Guantanamo Bay, there are so many places around the world that are heavily guarded. So many that it was actually hard to choose what to put on this list, so I tried to pick some places that I thought you may not know about. I'm Melissa Melotti, your host, and here are your top 10 most heavily guarded places in the world. In our number 10 spot, we have Air Force One. Unlike how it is shown in the popular movie with Harrison Ford, Air Force One is actually heavily guarded. No terrorists can't just pretend to be a news crew and board the plane. Everyone that boards the plane is heavily screened, and if you're not security, Secret Service agents, the Army, or Navy, then you have to be personally invited by the president to get on board. The plane is also shielded by EMPs and of course filled with various forms of countermeasures in case of an attack. We can only imagine what that entails. Alien weapons and magic wands, probably. Stuff us little people wouldn't know about. In our number 9 spot, we have the Cheyenne Mountain Complex. This is a US underground base in a mountain in Colorado. So obviously it's going to be heavily guarded because there are aliens inhabiting it. Obviously. This underground base was formed in the 1950s during the Cold War, and they say that it was made in case of an attack as Russia was threatening an attack at the time. Apparently it's not used much these days, which makes you wonder why it's so heavily guarded still, but the Air Force still maintains it. You would think that such a large base could be utilized for something else these days, even as a subsidized office space for Marvel nerds like myself that would geek out at the idea of working in an old underground base in a mountain. But yeah, we props don't have access to it because of the gray aliens. Or a time traveling machine is inside. I don't know, you decide. In our number 8 spot, we have the Pionen Data Center. The Pionen Data Center is a research center that you wouldn't think would be heavily guarded, but apparently it is. It is located in Sweden, and it's not just any data center located in a regular building. Oh no. It's stationed in a nuclear bunker. So of course it has top secret data and research. Yes, using a nuclear bunker is a fancy idea for a big corporation, but I'm sure they wouldn't have been allowed to access it unless they had information that would need to be kept protected if a nuclear war broke out. From pictures I have seen of the place, it looks so cool, just, straight out of a Marvel movie for sure. In our number 7 spot, we have the GreenBrier. I had never heard of this before researching this topic, but apparently the GreenBrier is an exclusive state-of-the-art spa facility that is heavily guarded. I know what you're thinking, a spa is heavily guarded? Why? Well, for a few reasons. The first being that it is a place where the elite of the elite visit. 26 presidents have been there, so you can imagine that they travel with their whole Secret Service team, and at that point it becomes more guarded. But mainly the reason it is so heavily guarded is because it has an underground secret bunker that was created to protect members of Congress during the Cold War. Geez, so many bunkers were created during the Cold War. Anyways, I did some Googling and it looks like you can visit GreenBrier, and that's probably the closest you'll ever get to a secret underground base. So for all of you conspiracy enthusiasts, I say, book your ticket. Take me with you. In our number 6 spot, we have Area 51. Look, I didn't want to throw this in first because it's so known and overdone at this point, but I had to put it on this list because obviously it is one of the most guarded places in the world. Area 51 is the large US base located in Nevada, and up until not too long ago, the government never even disclosed of its existence. In fact, it wasn't till recently that it actually showed up on Google World. It's a top secret US base believed to be the home of, you guessed it, aliens. The entrance to another dimension and the place where alien spaceships are deconstructed and analyzed. It could also just be a US Army base where they prepare for future attacks, but that isn't as fun as believing that it's an alien hub. In our number 5 spot, we have the Vatican Archive. AKA the Vatican's secret library is absolutely one of the most protected and guarded places in the world. Why? Probably because it holds the secrets of the past, which queen cheated on the king, which pope didn't do his job, probably even correspondences plotting for the death of royalty past. You know, reality show gold. There's also the possibility of it holding the secret to magical things about the world and potential ancient alien sightings. But I guess Alas, we'll never know. The only way you can enter is if you're a pope, or if you become a scholar and you have a very specific purpose and have been granted entrance for that very specific purpose. They are very particular, and it is very, very hard to get inside. In our number 4 spot, we have the Mormon Church's secret vault. This one surprised me to learn about, as you don't usually think, religious groups would have secret high security places, or do you? Anyways, the Mormons apparently have a secret underground base where they have an archive with allegedly 2.4 million miles of microfilm with 2 billion pages of family records. Apparently, it's an effort to safeguard the family legacies, and it is used for genealogical projects. You have to be a part of the Church of the Latter-day Saints in order to access it, and know several code combinations. But even still, there are also guards constantly on watch and, cameras. Not to mention the fact that the entrance is a thick granite door within a mountain. They're perhaps just hiding the secret that the blue bloods actually exist. And it's them! And they're actually aliens. It always leads back to aliens for me. Honestly, if that is what their secret is, they should just come out of the closet. We will accept them. Right, guys? We come in peace. In our number 3 spot, we have Guantanamo Bay. Guantanamo Bay. Most notably known for housing terrorists. Known for being one of the worst and most brutal prisons in the world. Many a movie has been inspired by this place. So as you can imagine, its security is top-notch. It is an island in Cuba, and it was created in 1903. Since 2002, it became way more known because of the Afghanistan and Iraqi prisoners that were there. Apparently, there have been many human rights complaints, but the place remains open because of how dangerous its criminals are. Apparently, there is supposed to be minefields and the naval force nearby, along with all your regular top secret measures you can assume a place like this would have in place. In our number 2 spot, we have the Korean DMZ. The Korean DMZ is a place in between North and South Korea that acts as a sort of buffer zone for the two places. When the Korean War ended in 1953, it was created. The place is about 160 miles long and heavily guarded on both sides, and they are also surrounded by electrified fences. Also, each side apparently has minefields that are quite large. Also, another interesting fact, because it has had high security for so long, the area has actually become a natural preserve, and one may find wild animals such as bears and tigers around the area. Damn, they even got animals patrolling the grounds. Definitely one of the most dangerous places. Lastly, in our number 1 spot, we have Fort Knox. Fort Knox is a place in Kentucky, USA that is known to be a USA military base. It has been active since World War I, and it played a massive role in the training of the troops. But this place isn't just guarded because it's another secret base. No, no, no. This place is so heavily guarded because of all the precious metals inside of it. As an estimate, some say it houses 147 million ounces of gold. That's a lot of gold. So yeah, it makes sense why this place would be extremely guarded. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. This was a fun one. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe for good vibes and more content like this. I'm your host, Melissa Melotti. Feel free to follow me on Insta or YouTube at Melissa Melotti, and I will see you next time. I hope, as always, that you have a good day, sir.